What's up tech, it's Josh here, and I've got the Galaxy S23 Ultra cases lineup video. This is a haul video that I like to do with the new iPhone. Sometimes the Pixel, Pixel needs some better love with cases, but with the S lineup, I always get a nice batch of cases to go over. So that's what this video is, and just a disclaimer, this is not a full review about each case. There might be some videos coming out later on that go more in depth to show some more details about each case or each brand, but not for this one. The purpose of this video is to go over some of the things that you might be looking out for a case. I can go over the features, impressions, and just some initial thoughts about each case. One more thing before we get into that, I just want you to check out Musicbed. If you like to create videos, they have some of the best music options out there. I use Musicbed for my professional work along with this YouTube channel, and I don't think that you'll be disappointed. It's free to sign up, link below. If you're interested in a particular brand or case, I'll have minute marks down in the description so you can go right to that. Also, some of these cases were sent to me, and I appreciate that. Some I went on Amazon and got a few that I think that could stand out. Let's dive down and get into this. All right, so I'm gonna go over the Mous case. Now, I'm really excited about this because this is one of the first times I get to work with Mous, and I've actually had these cases onto my channel a few times at this point, and I finally was able to work with them, so I'm really appreciative of that. All that to say, the reason why I'm starting out with that is because it's the one that I went right to. Like, I had pretty much all these cases in hand by the time I got the S23 Ultra, and the one that I went to first, the first case that I picked out to dress up my Galaxy S23 Ultra, is the Mous case. Mous has been one of the case companies that I've grown to really like, and it's because of a suggestion that was in the comments of one of my previous videos. They said that I should try a Mous case out, and I actually had a friend that uses them. He says that's the only kind of brand that he likes to use. I was like, all right, I'll go out and buy these, get them on the channel because I know people will appreciate it. The features that I look for in a case is materials. Materials mean a lot to me. I don't like the plastic, grimy kind of feels. I don't like shiny materials. I like the leathers, the woods, the sandstones, all those kind of textures. So while I'm going through all these kind of cases, that's something I'm looking out for. And at this stage in the game, I think every case needs MagSafe built in or MagSafe compatibility. The reason is MagSafe has the best accessory ecosystem out there. I use it every day, whether I'm using an Android device or an iPhone. It's just the best. You get choices between wallets, mounts, accessories that just complement your everyday use, or like ring, grips, all kinds of stuff like that. I use it every day. Like, I've got my car mount is MagSafe, my wallet's MagSafe, a lot of my chargers are MagSafe. You can see how it makes a difference in my life to have MagSafe because of just the ecosystem that I bought into. A few other things that I look for in a case is if the buttons are clickable or tactile, protection, and feeling, but not necessarily in like the physical touch. Like, does it feel good to use? Do I get annoyed by any parts of the case? Are there things that just kind of hinder the usage of the case, or does it complement, does it feel good? So, all right, so all that to say, let's go ahead and get into the cases. I've rambled on enough. There's a reason why I leave minute mark chapter markers down in the description so you can skip all this if you want to. Okay, here we go. So this Mous case, it's got the leather back, which is fantastic. I like it a lot. It also has a lot of nice gripping points to this, so it definitely feels good in the hand, and I feel like I'm not gonna drop it. The gripping points are nice. The material in the back feels great. It's got that nice leather, kind of genuine leather kind of stuff. Another judging point that I'll have about cases is the kind of cutout for the camera. A lot of people agree with this statement, is that we feel like with these kind of case designs, we should have precise cutouts for the cameras, not what we are calling a P shape. It's not a deal breaker for me, but it is a strong preference of mine. I would love to see more precise cutouts for this kind of stuff versus the P shape. The buttons on Mous cases are fantastic. It's some of the best out there. The clickable tactile feel is just nice. It's almost to the level of like a fidget spinner kind of thing. Like, you almost just want to click it just because of how tactile it feels. Mous is definitely going to be one of my favorite case manufacturers. They just have quality stuff out there. So you'll also notice that there's a nice lip above the screen, so if you do end up dropping it or placing it on a flat surface, you're gonna be pretty well covered. Before we move on, let me show you the inside. So you get a nice felt material. You can definitely see the MagSafe compatibility cutouts and so on and so forth. The level of protection on these cases are nice because you can see these nice air pockets, and also the corners are nice and reinforced. Great protective case, a lot of nice features, and it's just well made. I really have no complaints about this case at all. All right, next up is their Woodback, and again, I like materials. Another thing that I like about these Mous cases is just how conformed it is to the sides, and it doesn't interfere with the gestures, because I like to use the gestures. I'm used to using the Pixel 7 Pro, and you know, the back button and things like that, the swiping from the sides, that's the navigation that I like to do. Obviously with the Galaxy S23 Ultra, you have the option to have the menus and back buttons kind of stuff, or the recents button, I should say, down at the bottom. But the navigation feels good. I've not had any issues. I've used that leather back one quite often, and like I said, the swiping is nice. Pretty much all the same features. The buttons click just as well, just a different kind of back. Let's talk with Otterbox. So this is the Symmetry case, and the Symmetry case is one of the ones that I would suggest getting. I have used the Symmetry cases, I don't know, it's been years at this point. It's a tried and true brand, great option. So the Symmetry case is, it's dual layer but one piece. It doesn't come apart or anything like that, but you got a softer rubber rim on the outside. It feels pretty soft to the touch too. On the other part is like this hard shell. So that's the same piece on the inside. There's no like felt material. I would say I would like it more if they had a cloth material on the inside, just to help prevent any kind of, like if dust or anything like that got between the phone and the case, a felt material would help prevent any kind of scratching that could potentially happen. And other features that I like about this case is that it's raised above the screen, more on the sides than the Mous case. So let's test out the swiping. Doesn't seem to interfere with that at all, so that's good. Let's test out the S Pen. Nice, good access with that, easy to get. So on YouTube, follow me on Bane Tech. All right, that seems to work. Good deal. There is wireless charging compatibility, so if you have a regular wireless charger, it'll work. The other benefits of this material, while I don't like the plastic, is that it's gonna slide in and out of your pocket with ease. It's not gonna get hung up or anything like that. All right, so the Commuter case, another one, and I'm so glad that they sent me a pink color because I want to represent the people that will like pink or other kind of colors like this. So the Commuter case is a little different than the Symmetry. Symmetry, again, is more one piece. There's a little bit different materials on the sides, but with this, you can take off two pieces. So you got a hard shell, and then you've got a rubber piece. And I recommend installing the rubber first. And then because of all these flaps down here, in my experience, it's been easier to install it starting at the bottom and then working your way over to the other areas. And you just kind of squeeze it together, and it works pretty seamlessly. Some of the benefits of this case is that, one, you got more protection. It's got a bit more of a rugged style to it, and you've got a dust cover for your charging port. Pretty good cutouts for everything else. Everything seems symmetrical. Nice access to the S Pen. Now the button clickability, it's kind of stiff, more than what I prefer. So I would probably end up not using this case as much, but if you want that level of protection, you might want to consider it. You do have more gripping points. You got on the back here, on the sides, a lot more gripping points. So I like the grippability of it. All right, let's move on to the next case. All right, we've got another Symmetry case, and this one is clear. So if you like to see all of your phone in all of its glory, this is a way to go. Nice clickable buttons. So the Symmetry case definitely has a nice clickable button action. If you like to see all of your phone, like, this is a great way to do that. Also, a creative idea that you could do with these kind of cases is if you have a photograph or image or even stickers, like, you could really customize the look of this. Pretty much the same kind of case as what we saw with this beige one, just clear. All right, so the Strada case, now this is one that I tend to like. The reason is because of materials, and it's a high quality design. The inside is a soft material. You get a couple spots for some cards, and I like this kind of integration here too, to where you can push the card out with your thumb, If you don't have that kind of stuff, it's just really hard to get the cards out at times. So I like that design that way. As far as the case goes, it's going to be very similar to a Symmetry case, but just with a flip cover. On the outside, it has a nice soft leather feel. Different kind of Otterbox branding here. It just feels a little bit classier kind of touch to it. I like it. And then this has a square cutout for the camera. Let's get this installed. I mean, for the kind of case that this is, I like it. If I was a flip cover kind of person, this would be a great option to go for. This is one of those kind of cases that crosses off a few boxes. So if you like the flip cover style, if you like a classier look, if you want to dress up your phone a little bit more, but you still want some rugged protection, this is a great option. Now this is the big boy, the Defender Pro. This thing is a beast. So if you're looking for like the ultimate protection, I'm not gonna say ultimate protection, but pretty damn good protection, you can't go wrong with the Otterbox Defender case. So with this, you got a rubber outside this time. So that material's on the outside. And then you've got the hard shell that's on the inside. Now with this one, they do have a soft material on the inside, and that actually helps out with some of the impact resistance too. And I must say, like, the Defender case has evolved over the years. It used to be way bulkier than what this is, and now it's just, to me, they've refined it and it's got it to a place where it just works well. So you get a little bit of a design on the back. You got your Otterbox branding, and then just some patterns, I guess you could say. Gripping points all over this thing. You got gripping points on every side, and then there's gripping points on the back. And then even these rivets act as a gripping point as well. Clickability is better than the Commuter case, so that's good. Nice clickability, full edge protection. This thing, like I said, it's a tank. I feel pretty good about recommending this case for those that need that extra protection. If you need a belt clip, you're probably wearing jeans and some New Balance shoes too, right? It was a big deal then. I've definitely moved away from that. I don't use a belt clip, but if you do, I'm really not trying to throw shade at you. I'm sure that there's reasons why you would want to use a belt clip, but if you're interested in that, this one's a good one. Some belt clips in the past, like they used to be like obnoxiously loud clicking over. This isn't like that, so I appreciate that. It's got a pretty decent size clip, so that way it should fit on most even work size belts. And I think that wraps up all the Otterbox stuff. This I'm actually really excited about trying on because the materials have evolved. It's not just the carbon fiber stuff anymore, but Pitaka, yeah, I like those accents, so I can't wait to see what this is like. So if you are into the lightweight, minimal design, this is a fantastic option for you. Packaging is pretty cool too. I like how they include instructions too, but man, as you can see, it's so thin. Right away, like one of the things that I absolutely love about this is that it's got MagSafe compatibility. So the material too, it's like got a rubber feel to it more than like a carbon fiber. It's like a soft rubber feel. It feels great. This design, this pattern on the back is sick. Another thing I love about this case is that the cutouts, this is the first one that we've seen out of this batch so far, that they have precise cutouts for the cameras. It's actually got even some extra protection between the big lenses, modules, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, yeah, like it's a seamless design. I love it. It's really well made. I like it a lot. If you're looking for a minimal case, like you can't go wrong with this. This is just crazy good looking. Honestly, it's one of those things like if you want to add MagSafe compatibility but don't really want cases, this is an amazing option because it's super thin. It doesn't take away from much of the design of the phone itself. You still feel like you're holding the phone and not a case. This is also one of those cases when you buy, you know what you're buying for. You're not buying something that's going to be like an Otterbox Defender level of protection. It is going to have a level of protection, but obviously not like some of these big massive ones. Man, I might rock this one for a little while. So just some features that I want to point out about Pitaka before I move on to the next case is that they have their own ecosystem too of accessories, and it's all compatible with that. It's partly to do with that MagSafe compatibility too. So I like their car mounts. I've done a video about that in the past. Link below if you are interested in looking at that. But yeah, goodness. Lightweight material, feels good, and it just got some really nice quality material. All right, so VRS Design, they make quite a bit of options of cases. This is the Glide Pro. So like the uniqueness of this is like you got a built-in wallet that's like spring action. You'll be able to fit about 3 different cards in there. And so if you like to have your wallet built into the case, can't go wrong with this. With these kind of cases, in most cases, like installing from the bottom is always the easiest. All right, so that's all installed. Clickability of the buttons are great. Got nice gripping points on the side here. P-shaped cutout. Got some reinforced edges here. It's raised above the screen. Doesn't seem to interfere with that. You are going to lose out on like some wireless charging kind of stuff because of the built-in wallet. So that's it's not my style, but some people might like this. All right, this is the Glide Hybrid. Man, all this little tape on the sides. So this pretty much, it's called the Damn the Glide. Just a little bit different design. Pretty similar in compared to the other one. Buttons feel nice and tactile. P-shape. It's pretty rugged and protective, like that's the thing too. Lots of gripping points. Nice tactile buttons again. All right, let's keep on going. That's the difference. I'm like, what is the difference between these two? Got a kickstand on this one. This is the Damn the Glide. So you got a kickstand. I'm like, these two look way too similar to call them different names, but you got a kickstand. So that's the biggest difference there. So similar case, just a green color instead. This has got the kickstand too. See what the blue looks like with this green. I would probably get it. This would look good with the white or black. I don't think it looks the best with the blue. But that's me. And this is, again, pretty similar to that one, same case, but green in color. All right, let's move on to the official Samsung cases, and I got 3 different ones here. We got the S-View wallet case, the silicone grip case, and the leather case. This one's gonna be my favorite, I already know. I always like to try to showcase like the OEM stuff because, I mean, the manufacturer makes it, so it should be good, right? When I got the packaging from the Samsung Galaxy S23, like it was the phone and the cases all in one package, and it stunk. I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like that factory plastic rubber hot oil smell. I don't know. Anyways, the material is supposed to not smell like this, but some of the features that are pretty cool about this S-View is like if you notice when I close it, it interacts with this window here. So you can actually do things, you can actually interact with it. It'll show you information. Goodness gracious. The tactileness is awful in this case. So I would not recommend getting this case. The buttons feel, I don't know. For this to be the manufacturer's case, like I'm actually kind of disappointed. I love I mean, the things I do like is the precise cutouts for the cameras. You're not got this big P shape. There's no magnet connectivity with the front and back, and I do appreciate it when that kind of stuff is implemented. And let's just move on to the next one, because I'm really disappointed in this case. All right, let's hope that these other ones are better. My gosh, Samsung. This has that smell to it too. God, what the heck happened? Like the phone doesn't smell like that anymore. But I think it was like the packing material that was the culprit. All right, so the buttons feel good on this. That's good to know. I'm like, is this gonna be like this for every case that they have? This is a unique design. This is the reason why I got it, because I wanted to show it to you. If you feel like you're gonna drop your phone, this is probably a good option for you to get because you could strap this thing to your hand either way. And if, I mean, honestly, these phones are big. Like this is a huge phone. And so with this kind of, you know, hand strap grip, I mean, the chances of you dropping the phone is pretty slim. So I'm not totally offended by it. You don't have to put your whole hand into it. You could use it as like a pop socket kind of treatment. It takes some stress off of your pinky. If you like me, you hold your phone with your pinky at the bottom. So I like that. All right, so the leather case. It's very thin leather. It's not very thick at all. So it's very lightweight, precise cutouts. So see how this does. All right, buttons feel nice and clickable, nice tactile buttons. I like this one. Ugh, it smells awful. I love the smell of leather, but this is just nasty. Ugh. I don't even want, no, we're done talking about the Samsung crap. I will have to update y'all. I'm gonna send the, this is nasty. I'm sending these back and hopefully it'll be better. Oh, that's disgusting. All right, so this is one of the ones that I scrolled over on Amazon for and it looked interesting. So I got it. We'll see how it goes. And one of the things that stood out to me was that it's leather, so it's not like the leather smell that I like, but it's not nearly as bad. There's like no smell to it actually, but that's actually a good thing. I'd rather no smell than a bad smell, right? And this kind of fits over like a traditional leather case, if you know what I mean. It just kind of like rolls over the edges and versus snaps in, but it's still secure. This ain't bad. I mean, look at this. It's got nice precise cutouts for the cameras. It's one of the reasons why I got it. I picked it up. That looks good. I like that. Other than it doesn't have MagSafe compatibility. All right, so good access to the ports. You got full access to the buttons, so obviously no problems there. Protection-wise, it's raised a little bit above the edges here. And on the sides, if it was like direct impact, it has protection there. So it's not a bad case, it's a cheap option. And it looks good. If you don't care about MagSafe, I would recommend it. Next is Spigen, and another one on Amazon that I picked up. This is their Liquid Air case. And this design on the inside, it might seem kind of random, but it actually helps with protection. It kind of disperses the energy if something is dropped. This has like a soft cloth texture or feel to it, even though it's not cloth. So that's kind of cool. And you'll notice right away is that you got almost, it's like 90% precise cutouts for the cameras. So you just got this module over here that has just a different design, but it's way better than just the full P cutout, right? Buttons, click OK. You got nice edge protection here on the sides. No problems with swiping. You got full access to your ports. All right, not bad. Now this one I got because of the colorway. I thought it looked really cool. I got this one simply because of the design. Like, I love the colorway options that you can get with this. The blue and yellow looks kind of neat. If you're a Wolverines fan, Michigan Wolverines, I think you'll like this one. So it's got a soft silicone touch to it. The sides, let's see if I can get a nice close-up. The sides here have like this texture to it, like small micro dots. It feels pretty cool. I like that. So very nice gripping point. Like it kind of gives you that peace of mind that you're going to have less likelihood of dropping it because of that texture. It's got a nice grip to it. I like that a lot. All right, so precise cutout with a two-tone colorway for the cutout of the camera module. That looks pretty sick. And it's raised above the camera module, so that way, you know, if you do drop it or something, it's going to have that level of protection. You've got a tiny logo here, and I appreciate that because I like minimalism. I don't like stuff that just shows a huge brand on the sides or wherever placement wise, but yeah, this feels pretty good. One more case and we can close this thing out. So this is another Amazon find, and it's one that I got just because, one, I like to show leather options if I can help it. It feels kind of cool. It's got more of a suede kind of texture to it. So the back of this says Panoya, a new tactile experience in fashion made in China. So back to my minimalism point, I could do without all that. I'll probably actually want to use it because of this, but in any regards, you get a kind of like a hard shell on the inside. I think a soft material would do better. Nice precise cutout for the back camera module. See what it looks like installed. And that's one of the things that I like about these precise cutouts is that, let's say you got a color that you didn't really like, you just kind of, maybe you were gifted the phone or something, I don't know. You can't see the color of the phone. Like there's no way to tell that this is a blue phone because of that. And you might want that out of this kind of stuff, or like, I mean, you can see my point there. Buttons feel nice and tactile. The edges are more of a plastic rubber feel. It's not the same material as the back. It is raised above the screen a bit here, and the scrollability is just fine. All right, so out of all these cases, which is your favorite? What's your top three? Which top three cases out of this batch do you like the most? Me, my top three cases are gonna go to the Pitaka. Like my impression of this, so good. I like that a lot. Pitaka, very nice. Next, I'm gonna go with my leather back Mous case. I think my third pick like these are two cases that I would use on a daily basis. Like this is what I would go for my daily drivers. But as far as like impressiveness, I'm gonna go with the Strada case by Otterbox. It's not one that I would use, but just in the sense of like a high quality made case, it's protective, materials look good, the details are nice. This will be my third pick. All right, links below. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I will try to do some more in-depth videos about a few of these cases. Which ones do you want to see more in-depth information about, and what kind of information do you want to see in those in-depth videos? I'm also going to try to put together some creative, stylized photos and videos too, so be watching my social media channels and also some of my YouTube shorts.